Hello everybody, this is JD. Yes, I'm still here. I am recuperating from my back. I've got a couple shots. I still got one more to go through. I'm now up and walking and being around. This video is to help you all to decide on what you want to do with medical. Notice I keep saying medical, not insurance. There's a reason for that. What do you guys out there want? Do you want some insurance or do you want medical? That's the question you got to ask yourself. If you say, no, I want insurance, well, then you're going to get an added level of government bureaucracy, which is going to cost billions of dollars that doesn't need to be spent. If you're going to get medical, you're going to save the government a lot of money, but you got to let them know what you want. Everybody's saying no, 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 but they're not saying what they want. Here is an example of what you could have. I've done a video earlier, August 28th, 2008. If you go listen to it, it's about medical for all. And basically, it comes down to this. Medical for everybody in this country. Every American citizen. If you have a Social Security card, you should have medical. If you were born in this country, you should have medical. It should be available to you. If you're an American citizen, you should have medical. If you're a tourist here, you should have medical because you're a tourist here. Illegal aliens, I'm sorry, but that will have to be left up to the government to decide that. That's not on my call at this time. I'm talking about medical. How to do it. Simple. Take part of the TARPS fund and build clinics. Open clinics at every single hospital. Some hospitals already have clinics, so it was just a matter of a little bit of funding from the government. Other hospitals don't, but every single hospital in this country have an open clinic. Everybody knows where there are hospitals in their cities and towns. And these clinics should be open to all. I could see a $5, $10 service charge, which if you don't have, because let's say some street people, they wouldn't have any money. And they could, they just, a bill, 25 cents even. But basically, medical should be available to all. Now, what is these clinics going to do? Well, how are we going to man the clinics? First, there'll be an experienced physician in charge, and maybe one or two to run, over everything. But the majority of the doctors in the clinics would be interns, just graduating from medical school. The reason? Because an intern coming out of medical school has no experience with patients. They don't know what it's like to actually meet up with a hurting individual. And believe me, there are things that can hurt so bad you have no idea. I just went through one. The worst pain I ever felt was 2 weeks ago. Believe me, I have never felt pain like that at all. Well, medical, the interns then could develop their doctor-patient skills. If they plan on going to specializing while they're attached to the hospital, at the beginning of the third year, they're going to a specialized area where they're going. If they plan on being a family practitioner, they could stay the third year into the clinic. This will allow them to obtain the experience of meeting people, seeing all different kinds of things. This would allow them the ability to develop into a top-notch, outstanding doctor. They got to begin somewhere. This would also take off the load off of the emergency room, because a lot of you out there don't realize you have medical right now. Even if you don't have insurance, you do have medical. All you got to do is walk into an emergency room and you have medical. But a lot of people go into the emergency room with minor things that could be handled at a clinic. And the clinic, besides being at the hospital, would have another advantage. I have insurance. I have a family doctor. I go see my doctor. My doctor needed some x-rays and MRIs of my back through this last incident. Had to go to a hospital to get the x-rays and the MRIs. She wrote out the paperwork. Then I went into the hospital and I went into where the check-in is, gave them the paperwork. They typed it in just like you would if you went to the clinic. Then I took the paperwork and a tag they gave me, and I went to radiology, or where they did the MRIs, and I had them done. Then they would have somebody analyze it and send that information to my doctor. All this time I was waiting in severe pain. And I mean severe pain. Pain-killing medicine didn't even touch it. And that took quite some time. Okay? Whereas if you had these open clinics, for those people who go straight to the clinic, they wouldn't have that waiting time. Of course, the type of insurance I got, my doctor has to request authorization from my insurance company, and that slows it down a little bit. So, by being at the clinic, open clinic, anybody can go there. If you have insurance, you drop down your insurance card, there'll be no charge. If you have no insurance, there might be a small service charge. And they'll get the information from your insurance company, or if you have Medicaid or Medicare, you can go there. And the treatment will be the same for everybody. How will this help? Well, one, this will allow everybody the ability to go and get medical. It will help reduce the cost by eliminating the fraud in Medicare. Too many doctors have fraudulent charges that aren't real. People who have Medicaid and Medicare would use these clinics that are coming out of the hospitals. They'd be controlled and monitored. Also, there would also be other things, like, for example, they would help to regulate the prices, and of course that would cause insurance to be more competitive. So, basically, can we have medical for all in this country? Yes, we can. Should we have medical all for this country? Yes, we can. And one way to start on it is not to argue in Congress and try to set up a whole new bureaucracy, but to allow us to have clinics at each and every hospital that is set up and operating and is open to all, whether you have insurance or not. Besides that, it will allow the disease centers to monitor. And when something breaks out in one area, they would see it right away. Computers could pick it up right away, and they could stop an epidemic from spreading beyond its initial starting point. Plus, all the shots the government wants or needs for school or anything could be given out of these clinics for everybody to go to. So again, there's a lot of positive to these clinics. A real lot of positives. If you want to hear more details, go to my August 28, 2008 video about Medical for All, and it gives you examples of way to pay for it. It gives you examples of how to save money, and it takes away that layer of bureaucracy that the policies that they're trying to set up inside Congress right now, which will cost billions and billions of dollars, making a multi-trillion-dollar bill even more expensive. Thank you. This is JD. Yes, we can have medical for all. We just need to do it, and do it the right way. Use our assets we already have. Thank you.